Now for those who have a Capricorn Saturn, which means in your natal chart, Saturn is placed in a Capricorn sign. This is a very strong placement. Saturn being placed in the Capricorn sign gives you an ability to work with boundaries, work hard, be practical, somebody who's very pragmatic, who gives a lot of importance to rules, regulations, structure, and organization. So this is a good Saturn in your natal chart. So the transiting Saturn is going into the Pisces sign, which means 3 houses away from the natal Saturn. So this is the 311 placement, because the transiting Saturn is going 3 houses away from the natal Saturn, and natal Saturn is placed 11 houses from the transiting Saturn. So overall, this is a good placement from Saturn perspective, which is in the Capricorn sign. But what it means is the natal Saturn is aspecting the transiting Saturn with the third aspect, which means if you are ready to work hard and bend your back, then the gains may come to you, because the third aspect of the transiting Saturn is on the Taurus sign. So both the three aspect being taken into the picture, money is coming into the picture, but through a change, because this is the 5th house. From the natal Saturn, the Taurus sign is the 5th house, and the 5th house is the 8th house from the 10th house. So through effort, where the transiting Saturn is placed, you can make more money, especially with foreign lands, foreign connections, but in individual roles. But this is also placement of being able to do something on your own, which means if you have had that idea of working on your own, doing something on your own, starting something new, this is an excellent place for you to start in, especially if you're gaining from your experiences, or you're using your competency and experiences so far to be able to make gains, bring change, and then to be able to make gains. However, this is a placement of natal Saturn being in Capricorn, but the rising sign could be any. Let's take any rising sign at random and then see Saturn placed in the Capricorn sign, what results it can make. Let's say the rising sign is Leo. We are taking the Leo sign at random. It could be any rising sign where natal Saturn is placed in the Capricorn sign. So if your rising sign is Leo, where natal Saturn is placed in the 6th house in the Capricorn sign, and the transiting Saturn is going 3 houses away from it in the 8th house, and then with the third aspect aspecting the 10th house in the Taurus sign, which means the natal Saturn third aspect on the transiting Saturn, and the third aspect of the transiting Saturn on the Taurus sign in the 10th house. This is a very, very strong placement of gaining through service and making money only if you're able to overcome challenges, issues, problems which the transiting Saturn may bring in from time to time. However, Saturn is more protective of when it is in the 12th house or the 8th house in the 12th sign, which is Pisces, which it is a Karak of, which means Saturn will be protective, but Saturn will also want you to change or transform, work hard, put in the effort to be able to overcome firefighting situation, then gain in your career. Because Saturn's third aspect is not only in the Taurus sign, the sign of nutrition, money, livelihood, but also the 2nd house, which is also the house of nutrition, money, especially in the 6th sign of Virgo, which is also the sign of service. And your Sagittarius, your Capricorn Saturn is in the 6th house, especially for Leo rising sign people. So this is overall gain making placement from your rising sign perspective. But do see in your natal chart which is your rising sign, if your Saturn is in the Capricorn sign, and then see how many houses, which houses Saturn rules and where it is placed, and then the third transiting Saturn away from the natal Saturn, what potential it is bringing for you.